Why men love Latina women? Men don't fall for Latina women just because they're pretty. It's their energy. Latina women, for most of them, they're very affectionate, they're very loyal, and they show when they like you. That softness mixed with confidence, yeah, men love that.
Black men were so terrible. Why do other races of women want them? I promise you, if black men were so terrible, these other races of women would not be desiring them. There would not be whole schools and classes on black culture that other races of women are taking to learn more about how to attract black men. No, the issue isn't the black men, but the good ones y'all don't want. Y'all don't like the nice guys. A lot of you women, you black women, y'all are just as undesirable. Y'all are so busy getting on these podcasts talking about how nobody wants black men, when in actuality, nobody's telling you this, but nobody really wants black women like that. Because a lot of you black women, y'all have a complex. Y'all think that giving a black man your worst and seeing how much a black man takes of your nonsense is his way of showing love. Y'all like to test men to see, oh, what can I do that's showing out, and that shows how much he loves me. That is the biggest load of crap ever. Y'all are determinants of your own results. It's not nobody's fault that you don't like the good black men. It's nobody's fault that you like the bad boys and you like certain types of men, and then you're getting mad at the results. But the funny thing is, you really walking around thinking that these other people want you. You should be grateful that black men still want you, because y'all are disrespectful. Y'all are always getting on this internet talking crap. And like I said, other races want our men. So I don't know what y'all need to do. Y'all need to be looking within and figuring out what's wrong with you, as opposed to always blaming it on black men. Because I ain't gonna keep y'all long. We're gonna keep it short, per usual. Got a quick message for y'all. A lot of us women can never be submissive. We're just not submissive. Why? Especially as black women. Why? Because we do not know how to be quiet and shut up. Shut up and shut your mouth. You don't know how to do it. We don't know how to do it. We always have to have the last word. We always saying things that don't benefit us, that misrepresents us, and is also just overall just stupid. We say a lot of stupid things that make no sense, and we just have literal no discipline. Our lack of discipline in controlling our mouths and our minds and our thoughts, we're just unhinged, and it shows. We show it every single day. We behave that way all the time, not knowing when to shut up. Shutting up is one of the key ingredients to being a submissive woman. If you can't shut up, and if you can't control your tongue and your mouth.
Although this comment is problematic, just a tad bit, you're not wrong. Latina women, Hispanic women are notoriously pick-me's when it comes not only to their own men, but to black men. We've seen it time and time again. We've seen it time and time again. They are pick-me's, especially when it comes to black women. They love black dick. Hate black women. And then, like, it's still the whole thing of Cardi B saying that she's black. I don't care. I don't care. Does it bother me that she says nigga? Not really. Because she seems black, and that's not necessarily a good thing. She's very, don't get me wrong, I like Cardi B. I like her songs a lot. I fucks with her low-key, like, as a person, except the conversation that we were talking about the nose smell, my period, my feet are small, and blah blah blah, right? I like Cardi B. I think she's a good mom. She's a good artist. Neither of her parents are black, right? And I've said it on this account multiple times and on my other account. If your mother is not black, you're not black, whether you have a black father or not. Neither of Cardi B's parents are black. I think one of her grandparents is black. So one of her parents is half. Let's just say fuck. It's just like if her grandmother on her mother's side was black, that means her mother is half black. So she can maybe, well, no, Cardi B can't say that she's black. Her mother could say that she's black. Cardi B cannot say that she's black. So she's Latina. And Latinas are very much pick-me type women when it comes to men, especially when it comes to black men. And we all know that Cardi B only dates black men. Wouldn't be a problem if she was black if she had a black parent. But she's not.
I like black guys. Easier or harder to date in Mexico versus DC?
It's easier to date here because
Really?
you guys are in love with Latinas.
Also, when you say you guys, you like some black guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Mexico, I don't have black guys.
So do you feel like black guys approach you a lot more here? Would you say that black guys are aggressive? Like, if a guy, not like too aggressive, but like assertive, like, hey, can I get your number? Or like, what's your name?
Yeah.
Like, they'll approach more.
Yeah.
Okay, do you find that like attractive or is that too much sometimes?
Depends. If I like it, it's fine.
Once you date a Latina woman, there is no going back. Let me explain. I'm just going to give y'all like 5 quick reasons of why I personally love dating Latina women, and I'll probably never go back. Number 1, Latina women have a different type of confidence. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they're doing. I think it's because they know what they have to offer and they know how sexy they are, but they just have a certain type of confidence. It's spicy, it's sexy, it's fun. They let you know that they don't need you. If you're good to them, they want you, they're going to be there for you. But they definitely don't need you. Number 2, this one's pretty basic, but it's obvious. Latina women know how to cook. Imagine coming home from a long day or a long shift at work and you're looking for something to eat, and there's your Latina queen right there with a fresh plate of food. Lomo saltado. You're not eating cereal or hot dogs. I don't want to eat mac and cheese when I come home from work. I want a fresh plate of some shit with flavor. Number 3, I'm not gonna lie, I might be toxic for this one. I might be toxic. But arguing with a Latina woman hits different. It just does. I'm just gonna put it this way. Imagine your girl nagging and she's mad at you and you're going back and forth and she's bossy. All right, enough. But when she's doing it with an accent, when you don't even understand what she's saying half the time, that shit is sexy. I'm not gonna lie. I admit it. I might be toxic. But I like it. Number 4, this one is give or take, but in my experience, for the most part, it's true. Latina women are loyal. It's already hard enough to make a Latina woman fall in love with you because, like I said, they have confidence. They don't need you. But if you can actually get a Latina woman to fall for you and care for you, they're not going anywhere. They want to be there with you. They want to love you. They want to take care of you. Latina women are providers, caretakers. They have warm hearts, sometimes a little too spicy, but they have warm hearts. They care about you. Number 5, this one's pretty important. Latina women are very family oriented. If you're dating a Latina woman, you're a part of the family, as long as you're treating the woman good. You're going to be spending a lot of time, holidays, cookouts, quinceañeras, polladas, and the family is going to treat you like you're a part of the family, as long as you're a good person and you're treating the girl good. These are just 5 of the reasons that I love dating Latina women. If there's something I missed, let me know in the comments. Actually, I'm just going to throw a bonus one out there. Latina women are freaks. I said it.
This is why Latinas is the best women. All right, I'm gonna tell you why. All right, first of all, they got nice, smooth, dark brown skin. Sometimes white girls, they so white that you can see like their veins and like internal organs and whatnot. I don't want to see the inner workings. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see behind the curtain. Every Latina chick knows how to make some kind of corn-based thing like a tamale, pupusa, arepas. They all come with a special little treat like that they make. Homemade. Latinas just smell good. They just smell good. They're just healthy. Latinas just healthy. You know? Even when they're unhealthy, they're kind of healthy.
If nobody else gonna say it, I'ma say it. Hispanic women are the finest women on the fucking planet.
Latinas, like culturally, they just got that, like they know how to really put on for their mans. It's like a skill. It's a skill because other cultures don't have it, and it's bred within them. That's why, like, when dudes be talking about they go to South America, and I went to Brazil for the first time when I was 19, nah, they move differently. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like, they sliding, they on it. Like, they ain't got no shame in being like, that's my man's. You feel me? I feel like other cultures, at least here in America, you know, they're more American. They be they be soft, bro. They be vanilla type shit. You feel me? You need that spice. You go from having a Latina who knows how to be on you but not on you. You know what I mean? They know how to rub the arm, and you feel me? Like, dudes know what I'm talking about. We all love that shit. Let's keep it a buck. And then we can really go down the rabbit holes that culturally Latino women really gonna cook for you. You feel me? And it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and say you should or shouldn't cook for a man's, but all I'm saying is that the Latinas out here be chefing that shit up. So like, if I'm gonna get a plate over here, but I'm not gonna get a plate over here, I'm gonna go over here because a motherfucker like me hungry. You get what I'm saying?
Key Glock took to Twitter to express his love for Latina women. I guess after the Super Bowl, it just made him so excited. But this is not news to us, okay? Latina women and black women know that black men have a fetish for women other than black women. Any color but black, okay? Latina women, I want you to know this. When you see black men out here expressing how much they love y'all and how much they want to be with y'all, it is a fetish and it's not authentic, okay? Because they don't care to learn your culture. They don't care to learn your values. All they care is about your body, your hair, and your skin color. And this is real shit. When I went to Puerto Rico, okay, me and my cousin, we was riding in the Uber, and they were saying the Puerto Rican women out there are very particular about who they date because the world fetishizes them. I don't think I said that word right, but y'all know what I'm saying. And they know that. They know that, especially with black men. Okay, so in America, black women have a thing with praising black men for doing the bare minimum, absolute bare minimum. And just, let's just say, being a dad in the house. He ain't really got to do shit. He a dad in the house. Okay? So it ain't much a black man got to do to impress a woman. Okay? Then you go get with this Hispanic woman when in their culture, the men take care of the women. Family values are through the roof, right? You got abuela, you got tia, you got your cousins. Everybody is under one roof. Family values are like very strict. And this is like a cultural thing for centuries. Then you got this black man who was praised by black women for doing the bare minimum. They get into these relationships with these Latinas and they expect for these Latinas to praise them. And it just don't work out that way. They end up having to do all the praising. They really don't want to be with a Latina authentically. It's a fetish. It is a sex fetish. It's a huge trade. She knows you fetishize with her, and he knows that he just really want this thing on his arm. I'm gonna use you, and you gonna use me, and that's why these black men, they can have the prettiest Latina, and they still won't do right by her. They just still won't do right by her. Look at Stephon Diggs. That man got 30 Latinas around him. He ain't married one. Offset. He had a Latina head. I'm just telling y'all the women the truth, okay? The fetish. And you just gotta really, really, really watch out for these black men. I hate to put it out there. This ain't on no hate and shit. This is just like real shit. It's a fetish, y'all.
Men or Dominican men?
I like black men.
Why? What do you like about black men?
I like everything about them. Come on now, come on now. You know, I know what's up. I know what's up.
Latina women, please don't come for me. But I hope you guys are realizing a pattern about yourselves. Trust and believe me, like, I love y'all. I have Latina friends. I think you guys have real good energy. Y'all are real fun to be around. But as a black woman who has grown up around other Latina women, I have realized for a very long time that sometimes you guys act like the chosen ones when it comes to dealing with black men. I personally don't see the same, presentation towards other races. Y'all just particularly do it with black men. And I want y'all to know something. They could love y'all's skin color. They could love y'all accent. They could love everything about you, the way you talk, the way you're shaped. Doesn't matter. You can still get played like the rest of us. So take it how you want to. But women in general, go where you're loved and appreciated, not just where you're fetishizing at.
So don't you think that last statement that you made would apply to men as well? That they would go where they're loved and respected and cherished? Is that not something that you extend to black men? Is it Just that black men have an issue and they don't deserve love? What if a black man goes to a black woman and he says, hey, would you like to go out? No, you a bum. He goes to a white woman. She says, no, I would not like to go out with you. You are a bum. He can go to anybody on earth and they tell him basically the same thing. You're a bum. And that last woman he comes to and says, you know what? Yeah, why not? And that woman happens to be a Latina. All of a sudden it's a problem. Hey, I'm just going to tell you he's a bum. Okay, I heard you. Oh, but you don't understand he's fetishizing you. I heard you. Oh, but you don't understand he only likes you for your face. I understand, I heard you. Oh, but you don't understand he only likes you because you speak Spanish. I mean, once again, I don't know what's not clicking. I heard you. I hear everything that you're saying. However, I would like to date this man. I would like to see how everything goes. We might not even get to the phase of dating or like being exclusive, but I would like to see where everything goes. I like the way that he looks. He likes the way that I look. I like his behavior. He likes my behavior, but he's a bum. He's a bum to you. He's a bum to you. For me, it's good. It works out for me. And actually, when you talk to him and you get to understand his story, he's not a bum. He's actually a hardworking man. He just doesn't make six figures like you're looking for. So anybody that's not 6 feet tall and doesn't make six figures, you call them a bum. I don't believe that. I believe in me working, my man working, us having a nice family, and both of us instilling good values in our children. But of course, you won't ever get that chance because you are, honestly and truly, you're the real bum.
I date a lot of black men and they'll tell me how they love Latinas because we're raised to cater to our man versus other cultures. And
I can see that.
Yeah. And when I hear that, I'll be like, yeah, because Latinas are the shit, right? But then when I really think about it, I'm like, are we doing more of a disservice to Latinas? Because a lot of Latinas walking out here insecure. They're not asking for the money that they deserve. They're not negotiating at the table. They're being really quiet. They're working with their head down. They're not going for the promotion. They're, lacking confidence and all the things. And so it's kind of like, it's a gift and a curse.
It is.
It's like the gift is we are raised culturally to cater to our men, and that brings us joy. Like to your point, it brings me joy. I love to cater. Like when my dad's at my house, he's a freaking king. I'm cooking for him. I'm clean. Get to get it. What you need, right? And the same thing for, my man.
Why do black men love white women and Latinas so much?
Analyzing. Analyzation complete. Black women have insisted that they are strong and independent and no longer need a man. In fact, they are getting more degrees and creating more businesses than their male counterparts. This doesn't leave a lot of space or room for loving and caring for your man. As a result, these men are going towards cultures that are going to be more open and welcoming to him. It is not a matter of skin tone, but a matter of culture, as black men wish to be loved by their woman and not compete with her in every level and aspect of life.
Well, I'm going to talk about something a little different. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why black men marry Latinas. I'm going to give you my top 5. My 5th one is going to be the number 1 reason. It's going to tie back into coaching and what I do today. Number 1, the values. No, most of you don't know, but Coach Beast was married before. I was married for 11 years before meeting Miss Beast. I got married young at 19, and to be honest, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And for context, my ex-wife is a black woman. Quite honestly, one of the reasons why we divorced is that we grew apart because our values were so damn different. I realized I had to be with someone who was conservative like me, who valued the family like me. I wasn't bumping heads with them every damn second. Number 2, there's no power struggle with me and my wife. She respects me as the man and as the leader of the family. She respects me as her leader. And as a result, this makes me want to be an even better provider, a better husband, a better father. A lot of women fail to realize that shit is very important to a man. Number 3, Latinas are beautiful women. especially mine. One thing I love about my wife, and I'm not knocking this from anybody, but she's a natural beauty. She don't need makeup. He may wear a little makeup here and there, but she already know Coach B's get turned on just by her natural beauty. That's something women need to realize, that men love your natural beauty. If you got a lazy eye, sport it. If you got a bump on your chin, you sport that too, because there's going to be a man that's going to be turned on. Number 4, this goes back to the family values. After I divorced, I had 2 girls I had to take care of. My girls live with me, and I know how masculine I can be, and I wanted them to be around a feminine woman. My wife is a very feminine woman. She had kids coming from a previous marriage as well, so I knew what I was looking for, and I knew she was a good mom. I didn't really want a woman who didn't have experience with kids. So Miss Beast was just perfect for that, and my girls love her. Number 5, my wife, she loves sports. This was really icing on the cake for me because I live and breathe sports. If I'm not coaching sports, I'm watching sports, I'm analyzing. And because I'm a business owner, she's also able to give me some great advice. And guess what? She can detect a lot of BS fast. At the end of the day, I'm not going to say black women don't do this, but my wife brings me a lot of peace. She don't bump heads with me. She respects my leadership. She follows my leadership. I don't have to worry about all that attitude and bullshit like that. And as a conservative dude that has a conservative woman, it makes things so easy in the house. It makes things flow perfectly. All right, I'm done, but if you can relate to this, hit that like button and put it in the comments. I love to know what you love about your wife or your girlfriend. Beast out.
This Arab girl yesterday was like, the reason why Arabs like Latinas is because they're like versions of us uncovered.
For all the black men in my comments that keep saying worry about your black children and worry about your own black self, I thought Latinas were y'all preference. Wasn't Kevin Samuels saying before he passed away that Latinas are winning? You guys got the Latina baddie trope, so they're okay for y'all to reproduce with and lust after and over-sexualize, but it's not okay to talk about them when they're being victimized. Your preference needs help. The women that you are reproducing with and marrying need help. So why are you guys finding it difficult to step up to the plate now? They're more agreeable. They're fit, fun, and friendly. What about the Latina women that work on the local farms? Is she not a Latina baddie? The women that keep this country running? Where is the line drawn is what I'm trying to ask. But this really shows your true character and how you will treat any woman of any race the same, and why you shouldn't put so much stock into a man telling you that you are better than the women in his race. Because when it comes down to it, if he doesn't respect the women in his race, he won't respect you either.
I ain't Barbara the Builder. I'm not building with no man. I'm not falling in love with a man behind his potential. I'm not waiting on a man to build himself up off my back. I'm not helping him start no business. I'm not waiting on him while he go through college. I got to live my own life. How many times have we heard that? But these are the same women that will be at the end. Oh, I heard you got drafted. Congratulations. You know, it's crazy because I always had a crush on you. You wasn't checking for me. You wasn't shooting with me when I was in the gym. I understand why these men be like, you didn't want to hold me down while I built this, but you want the benefit of the hard work. It's crazy to me. Some women, not all, but there are so many women that want to come in after all the legwork has been done, sacrifice has been done, after the building has been done, and you want the benefit of what this man has done, and you wanted him to do it alone. And then you get mad when they don't want you because you wasn't checking for me when I was just the assistant plumber. But now that I got the plumbing company with 30 trucks, now you want to be over here? You wasn't checking for me when I was working in the mailroom. But now that I have become an executive, now you want to see where things can go? I ain't here for it. I ain't here for it. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a difference between holding a man down at their worst because you are at your worst because you did it. What do I mean, Ash? If you out here gambling, smoking, drinking, you don't want to work, you don't want to save your money, you don't want to be fiscally responsible. No, I do not think it is my job as a woman to pull you out of situations you caused yourself. That to me is not the same. But a man who is going through college, building his career, working on his athleticism, looking to get drafted, whatever it is that he's doing, because understand, T.O. is one in a million. We know not all men are making T.O. money or Ocho Cinco money. These are one-offs. But even the men who are going through college, I just think we should be free to see other people while we're in college. And not even a year after college, you back on that man's line because he done got that 6-figure job. I really regret us ending the way we did. Now, stand on that. You didn't want to build. You didn't want to do the work with me. But now you want the benefit of all the struggle I had to go through. I get why men don't like that. And I get why y'all be moving on.
You have a woman in the comments that said a man said a lot of women want to start at the finish line. A woman here says, these are the same women who will demand an average man to be faithful, but accept a cheating rich man. Pure hypocrites. A man says, my wife met me when I was in the drive-thru at McDonald's and now benefits from the life with the director of engineering for a major game studio. Wow. Good for you and good for her. That's what it is, man. I see some women in the comments complaining, well, I was with him for this, and this. And I get that. And I'm sorry that happened to you. But once again, y'all don't want to take the risk. Y'all don't want to take the risk. I don't think that you deserve to be done wrong. But men a lot of times get done wrong. And what do y'all say to the men? Well, it's just part of the game. You have to take the risk. And a man is saying, well, I shouldn't have to pay $200 and $300 every single time. Well, that's just the way the game goes. You got to play it. You know, you want to find love. Just keep on spending money. And the man is like, yeah, sure, I get it. But isn't there a better way? Isn't there a more efficient way? No, just keep on spending that $200 or $300. And the man's like, no, man, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to find me somebody that doesn't require me to do over and above what I can do right now. In the future, when I'm able to do more, I will do more for her. But right now, I don't need a woman that's going to make me break the bank every 2 weeks because of her own selfish desires. Well, yeah, I ain't settling. I ain't going to take a man that don't do for me. He better do X, Y, and Z or else. And they fool around and get left.
Black men, I'm going to say it from me to you. This is just straight up. Black women, 80% of them, they don't like you. 80%, I'm probably sure it's more, but at least 80% of black women in this day and age, it don't matter how old or young they are, they have a general dislike and hatred for you. That's your real climate, brother. See, I'm not telling you something that you ain't already felt. I'm telling you something that you know. I think it's more too. I truly think it's more too. I think it's more too. And I'm tired of being the one that's not talking about it. I've said this. This is one of the main reasons I don't have a lot of black female friends. I really don't, y'all. I don't. I couldn't imagine what it would be like as a black man. It's an abundance of you that think that all men are dogs, but we all know it means black men. Undertone of all relationship conversations is black men ain't shit. Why these black men ain't doing this? I can't bond with y'all, sis. I cannot bond with y'all when you have a general dislike and vitriol and hatred for our male counterpart. Do you not understand how goddamn psychotic that is?
Men are struggling to find men that they can date.
You are a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer as an African woman in Australia or America or the UK or Toronto or Johannesburg looking for a black man who has financial equity with your type of career success, that's going to be difficult. You might got to tone it down a little bit. What I find as a therapist who works with couples, too often black women prioritize a man's income over his masculinity. He's willing to help with those children. He will nurture you, look out for you, but he might not be able to put you in a Mercedes. And I've seen black women turn down good men because he didn't have the economics, but he had everything else. Sisters need to be careful not to fall into this European narrative of judging men primarily by how much they make.
The caption here says black women are the only race of women expected to date or marry down. This is so sad. And you're only seeing it from this perspective, not understanding that some of these people get out there and they get with the man when the man is in the struggle. And later on in the years, they get the benefit of being there with the man in the struggle. Not only were they with him during the struggle, they were helping, greatly assisting during the struggle. So naturally, and as fate would have it, they're able to partake in the rewards. That's what a lot of modern women out here don't want to do. They don't want to make the investment. They want a man to invest everything in them, but they don't want to make the investment in the man. You look at a lot of these younger couples. You look at Barack and Michelle Obama, how they came up. They didn't really have a lot of money. At least Michelle Obama didn't, right? And she got with Barack. They did their thing. She was doing her thing. She's not an idiot. So they're doing their thing. They're trying to elevate. She goes on her career path. He goes on his career path. But he's got some other stuff that he's doing that she says, okay, I'm going to get behind this mission. I'm going to do this, 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 and this. Now today, whether you love him or hate him, she can go anywhere she wants to and talk to anybody she wants to. And he can do the same, right? Because they stay there. Now they're reaping the benefits and the rewards. His two daughters can pretty much do what they want and go anywhere that they want to because of his struggle. Because of them, both of them struggling together. They're reaping the rewards. I'm thinking about another couple, Kev on Stage. He and his wife, for a lot of years there, a number of years, she was the breadwinner. While he was out there running around trying to get comedy gigs, out there at one point in time, went to LA. Son had gotten an opportunity to play in a reboot of the Little Rascals. And he went out there with his son to do that production, wrapped it up, but she was at the house still working. And with the other child, with the other son, her job history was more stable than his. But now I don't even know if she works anymore. I don't even know if she needs to. He does a lot of that. He's popular on social media. He's going to a lot of different festivals. He's the one who's had shows and has shows on BET. He's the one who's got a couple of books out. I think 2 or 3 of them, actually. Podcasts here, been on shows there. Who's gotten the opportunities. He's done that. But she's stuck with him. And so now she's getting the return on her investment. Like Kevin Samuel said, a lot of modern women like to stand at the finish line and pick the winners. So naturally, you looking at, oh, well, they do this and they cater and they this. We always expected to marry down and this, and date down. You're having to date down because you didn't get on your level when you were there in the first place. You wouldn't have had to date down if you would have dated on your level in the first place. That's where they got their men from. On their level. We're the same. I can see something in you. I know where you're going. I can see you doing this, and this. I'm willing to take that ride with you. I'm willing to help you on that journey. I'm willing to stick beside you on that journey. Y'all don't want to do that. Y'all don't want to take that risk. Y'all don't have any willingness, any type of, well, it might not. And what am I willing to do to make this dream work? What am I willing to do to make this vision work? Y'all don't have any of that. So naturally, when he finds somebody else that says, okay, yeah, I'll take that trip with you and I'll actually pour into your vision And now, whether she be white, black, Asian, Hispanic, now that she's reaping the rewards, you want to hop online and say, oh man, black women, black men hate black women. No, they don't like gold diggers. They don't like women that are not going to help. They don't like women that are going to sit on the sideline and wait at the finish line and try to pick the winner. That's who they don't like.
The only black women that get protected over here are the black women that love and respect black men. Now, the black women that call us bullet bags, y'all can protect them. The black women that was laughing at Kevin Samuels when he passed away, y'all can protect them. The ones that said they get turned on when they see police officers unalive black men, y'all can protect them. Again, the only black women that get protection from over here are the black women that love and respect black men. That's it, that's all.
This really breaks my heart because I have a black husband and I'm raising a black son. And to even really hear how we as black women view black men, y'all really laughed and cheered on Kevin Samuels no longer being here. Like, that is sick. That is a sick place for us to be so hateful to a black man that we're going to clap and cheer that he's no longer here. Because I don't want to hear him speaking the truth anymore. This terrifies me for my son. To walk out in the world as an adult in the next 10 to 12 years and have to be seen in that way by the women who look like his mother, the women who look like his sister, the women who look like his grandmother, the women who have loved him all his life. He's going to walk out into the world and have so much hate that we view our black men like this. But again, as he said, we want protection. Why would we be protected by men who we think they are the bottom of the bottom? Why would they want to run to our rescue? My husband was just saying this about a scenario at work. That it could be a woman at work that respects all the men there, doesn't give them any problem, has a nice attitude, and they want to go to bat to help her. They want to go to bat to give her whatever she need, or she got a problem, something happening. They'll do it. But if it's a woman who looks down on men, who says men are the scum of the earth, who says men ain't nothing, they ain't good for nothing, they can't be nothing, they never gonna be nothing, why would we help her? Don't be in that situation where nobody wants to help you. Don't be in a situation where a black man will keep it moving when he sees you in harm's way. Don't be in that situation. This is so sad. It really breaks my heart. It really does.
Okay, so I'm going to do the best I can to explain to y'all why black women should not date black men who love non-black women, white women in general, okay? Because I made my videos and some of y'all are a little slow and y'all didn't look at my previous videos, so I'm going to do a couple videos in a series to break this down for you. So I need you to understand that for the black community and for black women, there are different dynamics and different things at play that's not at play for women who are not black American women, because we have to factor in race and the history of this country and certain dynamics that go on within the black community that doesn't really happen for other communities because of our skin color and our history here in this country as black American people. So first thing I want to say is, one of the things that I have noticed before we even get to that other part is that when black men get with non-black women or white women, I find it funny that a lot of times they don't get with the white women who have a whole bunch of black homegirls. They don't get with the non-black women who have a whole bunch of black homegirls. Not saying that they haven't got with those types, but what I'm noticing is the particular archetype of white women that they get are the ones who do not have black women as friends. They often get non-black women or white women who are pick-me's, who are male identified, who like male attention, right? And they like being able to hover over an entire group of class of women that I'm better, because deep down inside, those type of non-black women and white women are pick-me's and they're male identified. And they love the male attention that they get from black men. So that is the biggest thing. Also, what I've noticed with the archetype of non-black women and white women that black men will deal with,
they will get with ones for some reason they are racist and they're colorist. And I never understood how that works. And I think the only reason why it works is because the black man is praising their light skin or their white skin or the fact that they're not black, because they're programmed as black men with internalized racism. So that is a very key cornerstone thing there. You're dealing with a black man who has a lot of internalized racism. And when he goes to a non-black woman, he tends to get a non-black woman who is a racist and a colorist. And they are kumbayaing, whatever you want to call it, and bonding over the fact that he has internalized racism and he's feeding into whatever she believes is the racist stereotypes, and he's feeding into her being a pick-me. Now I'm also going to explain it like this. What ends up happening is, how many times have men asked a woman, what are you looking for in a man? Because a lot of men will pretend to be somebody that they're not just to get this woman to like them, or just to pretend, and then they'll switch up. So what is happening here is when you have a black man, right? And he's still a man. He goes to this non-black woman. He sees that she's racist and he has a lot of internalized racism. So he will sit here and become a personality and become her character, because a lot of men do this, right? And he'll take on more of the racist anti-black ideologies. And if he's dating white girl after white girl after white girl, or non-black girl after non-black girl that fits this pattern, then those are behaviors that's going to program more into his internalized racism. Now, any self-respecting white woman, if she sees any of that nonsense with that trying to praise her for just being white, or praising whiteness, or noticing internalized racism in that black man, or any white woman that has real solidarity with black women and is not a pick-me, is not going to go for a man like that. Is going to avoid a man like that with like the plague. Same thing with any non-black woman. They're going to avoid a man like that with the plague, like the plague. So what ends up happening is, when that relationship fails, or when he hops from woman to woman to woman, or whatever happens on why that relationship fails, right? He ends up coming back to a black woman, right? I literally seen a video of a black woman saying she could tell by when they had intercourse, right? She could tell when she had intercourse with that man that he had been with nothing but white women or non-black women. It was just something that you can just tell, because there are cultural differences between a racist white woman and a black woman who is race loyal and has a sense of pride and an identity in herself, and who believes in keeping it in the family, because a lot of black women would prefer to be with a black man. And before we even think about going over to another race of men, we tend to like to exhaust all of our options with black men. So when you're somebody who is race loyal, right, and believes on trying to keep it in the family with the black community, and all of a sudden you find this black man and he's been with nothing but white women, you notice in the shit that he says and his behaviors and his overall mindset and mentality that he picked up a lot of stuff from that racist YT woman, because he was marrying her. He was pretending to be somebody he wasn't, and he was stealing her personality. And he tries to come back to black women, and he's not even compatible anymore with a black woman, because he's spent so much time dealing with non-black women who are not just non-black women, but they are anti-black. And the one thing that we black women don't play about is anti-blackness and disrespect. And when I get time, I'm going to make a video addressing people who say, oh, well, that goes same way for black women who date non-black men, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. And I'm going to make a video addressing that, because the thing about it is that a lot of times when we black women deal with non-black men, not all the time, because I know that there are some black women who are anti-black, but a lot of us black women keep our racial identity and our pride, and we're not going to allow a non-white partner to disrespect us or our people. We clock it and we check it. We don't use it as a foundation for the relationship with our our non-black partner. And you also have to understand the reason why a lot of black women do not want to date black men who've only been with white women or non-black women is because of previous experiences that we have already had with dating these types of men, where we notice there is a difference between dating a black man who has been with only black women or mostly black women and dating a black man who has strategically only been with white women or non-black women. There is a huge difference. And a lot of black women have had extremely bad experiences to where even on TikTok, black women have talked about how these men act like you should be grateful I'm even talking to you because you're not even my type, and how they make slick little comments about certain things being ghetto or stupid or just ridiculous shit. And what they don't understand is we're not going to tolerate the racism and the anti-blackness from anybody, much less another black man who's being colorist and disrespectful, who picked up a lot of disrespectful anti-black habits from the non-black women. And don't get me started on when a black man has a white baby mama, because there's so much factored into that I have seen discussed, where if he has a white baby mama, there is that ever looming fear of the police getting called, getting involved in the court system, and being roped into that with him and that white baby mama. And with all the stereotypes about the court system and white women, a lot of us black women, we don't want to get involved in that. So if you have a white baby mama, a lot of black women are like, go get you another white baby mama. And the whole thing is, we black women have done enough work with getting our degrees, getting a car, getting a house, protecting our finances, and building up wealth for ourselves and building up our lives, only to be seen as a backup plan by a lot of men who are not even financially on our level or on our capacity. We're not backup plans, and we're not just going to be seen as who you can go to when you're struggling in poverty when we spend all this time working on ourselves. Those days are over, because they want to look at us as what you get when you're struggling in poverty. But then when you see this black woman, she's an RN or she works in human services or whatever, and she got her life together, y'all are not just going to have free access to us and our resources and our money. It's just not how it works.
Is there a possibility that some of these women that you're calling pygmies, they don't really care anything about what you're talking about? They don't identify as anything. I just identify as trying to have a family, trying to be happy. That man came to me. He said, what's up? I was interested in him, and so I said, what's up back? And we've been rocking ever since. Have you ever thought it might have been that? I mean, you guys, sometimes you modern women can reject a man, and then you get mad when the man moves on and goes somewhere else. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You didn't want the man. Y'all want the man for eternity, to continue spending money on you, continue catering to you, continue looking in your direction, giving you attention, validation, his resources, his energy, his time, his money, and you don't even like the guy. So I don't get it. So the least he could do for himself is to go find somebody that likes him. It's like the same thing to where we've written in code, if a man goes in there, like a singles event or something like that, and they say, move on to another woman, go to another girl, I don't like you. And the man goes across the way and he starts talking to another girl. Oh, I saw you talking to her. Why didn't you choose me first? So he can't like anybody. He can't talk to anybody. He just chooses wrong. Y'all put a man in a position to have to be a prophet or a psychic or something like that, to be able to have to see the future and stuff like that. A man can't see all that. He just sees, oh, she's attractive, I'd like to go talk to her. Why didn't you think I was attractive? I did. I just decided to start somewhere. Why didn't you start with me? And all these other questions. When y'all ask questions like this, it makes the experience unpleasant. And a man just gets tired of all of this silliness and this foolishness, and he just walks out the room. He just walks out the room, goes next door to a bar down the street, and finds somebody that actually likes him, that is actually willing to have a conversation.